In this video, I want to talk a little about unexpected results and sort of the ebb and flow and ups and downs of painting and creating art. The painting I have on screen right now is my 160th painting, and I really think overall it might be one of my best efforts to date. The end result is one that I really like. So kind of from a subjective standpoint, it's probably one of my favorites, but I think trying to look at it objectively, it also is one that checks the most boxes for me as far as things that I've really wanted to practice in painting. I accomplished a lot of those things. So things like freehand figure studies and trying to capture anatomy and positioning and kind of natural looks without using any measuring tools. In this one, I was able to do that, so that box is checked. I've also worked really hard on blocking in zones of color and rather than just blending things into kind of a muddy mess. So that box is checked here too. I got really nice, I think, relatively natural looking zones and areas in the skin tone and the skin color value. So that box is checked as well. I've also been practicing background scenery, trying to get kind of some nature scenes into more of my paintings. So that box is checked too. So a lot of things I think went well on this one. Things that I don't always get right. Usually with paintings, I think the artist themselves can be their worst critic. So I can always find flaws and issues with my own stuff that, things I would have done better or if I could have, or if I had the painting to do over. So this is one of the rare paintings where I just don't see anything like that. There's not a lot for me to nitpick on this one. But that was completely unexpected with this painting. I went into it I felt like painting. I didn't have any expectations, so I just dove in and painted. I didn't have any preconceived notions of, I'm going to make this one good. It just ended up, I think, being one of my better ones. So it's kind of weird how that works. I do think that painting does have its highs and its lows. It's just kind of a wave that goes up and down and up and down. And I don't know what my pattern is, and probably all artists have different flows and patterns to that, but I almost feel like it's every other weekend. Every other weekend I have, I do 3 or 4 paintings a week usually, if I can find the time. I feel like one weekend I'll have a couple that are just not that good that I just don't feel great about. Then the next weekend comes and I'm kind of on a high note and things feel a lot better. And then the next weekend I'll have a couple more that just kind of drop back down. I think that's just maybe a pattern of how art creation goes. I am curious if it's like that for other artists too. Aside from on social media, I don't really interact with a whole lot of artists, so I would definitely be curious to hear from other artists if there are any that have watched this video or are watching it. Definitely sound off in the comments. I'd love to hear from more people if they have a similar type of flow. So thanks for watching this video, and we'll see you for the next one.